spending his entire career with Team Kawasaki, Ricky Carmichael decided to switch to Team Honda this fall. And after weeks of speculation, he decided to make his debut here in Las Vegas, the THQ US Open.
And this is the first main event of the weekend. David Vuillemin, not like any other race these riders will see during the regular Supercross season. Ricky Carmichael gets the whole shot. McGrath settles in fourth behind Travis Pastrana in third. Here's our leader, number 4. New look Honda. Boy, that's a low-looking bike.
The handlebars are low. I'm used to seeing that on a Kawasaki because he came up his whole career on one. Into the picture, Travis is another one of those riders that never gives up.
Our leader, number 4 on the Honda. Here's Ricky Carmichael. The fans are on their feet. Ricky Carmichael, his 5th straight race win in a row here in Las Vegas. The board is sideways. The gate will drop within 10 seconds. We're underway. Carmichael is in second. Pastrana in third. Kelly Smith in fourth. Nick Way.
These guys coming into the weekend is what caused that. Drawing a number out of a hat is a little strange. Well, I think Carmichael believes that he can go this pace longer than Kevin. We'll just have to wait a few more laps and see if that proves to be true. But
Cleared by Ricky Carmichael. But Windham is right there. The Team Suzuki rider looking for an opportunity inside.
And that's what Carmichael is thinking was going to happen. He's going to just inch away, but looked like Kevin closed again. Kevin closed it back up. Another mistake right there, though. And that's what I think what I was talking about. Ricky's counting on. Why should that change? You know, I mean, he's working hard. He's riding hard. He's putting in the time.
McGrath is in at second. The Tech Ace, the first repeat U.S. Open champion.
Ricky, I know it's only one race, but you feel vindicated a little bit in the switch from Kawasaki to Honda?
I feel like I made the right switch, and you know, I'm really happy with the way things are going, and you know, I'm just going to give it 100%, 110% and see what happens.
Ricky turned 22, so it is a very big difference there.
He couldn't get a better rivalry to kick off a season.
Ricky tied that last year, but it's still going. If he wins here tonight, that moves to 14.
Running with the season's opener from Anaheim, Michael Byrne.
You see him already looking back in the air. If he can get around Byrne quickly, it might give him just a little bit.
The whoops. Carmichael on the inside route. Mosley. Carmichael to the inside. Block pass, and they both pass. And Vuillemin goes into first.
It's a good thing it ended. Seems like when this guy makes a mistake, he makes up time. That time it was good enough for the pass.
Here comes Laraco on the inside of Carmichael now. Testing just a little bit.
Different lines. He's tripling through that section twice. Ricky can feel it. That was, if he was on a different colored bike, Rick Bruce coming up sticks perfect.
Oh, Ricky Carmichael goes down.
He had nowhere to go. He was totally committed. Ricky nosedive. Where Ricky crashed is exactly where he crashed in practice this afternoon. So go for a little burst of power, and he spins maybe. Doesn't get the acceleration. Goes into a complete nosedive down also. See Ricky nosedive in. Oh.
Experienced a violent crash. He is now on his feet and walking off the track.
Our Suzuki starting grid, Carmichael, Pastrana, Windham. Well, just how tough is Ricky Carmichael? I'm telling you, with a cracked bone in the top of his hand. Here in San Diego, we're off and running. Number 14, but it's Travis Pastrana taking the lead in the whoops. Oh, he takes a giant leap. But right now, look at this. Laraco is starting to close on Carmichael for that title. Oh, look at there. Laraco passing Ricky Carmichael. Fighting back for a second place, has now taken third here in round 2. It's tracks that he can't see. The competition, David Vuillemin.
Year started off not quite like you planned.
Not one bit.
Not one bit.
I definitely need to step it up if I want to be up on the top spot.
You need to be wearing orange?
Oh, I'm going orange all year. I mean, that's my deal.
You think it is with guys like us? We get attached to this gear. The color is just
kind of like with you eating baked potatoes if we're outdoors.
We'd go to dinner, and if we went to a restaurant that didn't serve baked potatoes, I would call and find someplace and go get one, like without anybody knowing.
But I'm going to go sign some autographs now.
Please the fans.
Take care of the people who take care of me.
Ricky Carmichael, he's the champ.
of Carmichael. It's not quite sideways yet, the 32nd board. It's sideways. We're set to go from the main event from Anaheim, California. Oh, shot! He looks so much more aggressive in qualifying. Minor injuries. Average worse than a 10th place finish. And he's in a battle right now. Cheers of the fans. Carmichael looks back. Roncada trying to get the jump. But
Block him, and he covered it perfect. It's too slippery for all that block passing stuff. Ricky a little bit, make him mad. There he goes again.
He did. He got in there. He's battling it, but...
Such a difference in lines, too, by both Jeremy and Ricky. The loop section, he's going to go wide.
Ricky Carmichael! Roncada is not out of it in third yet.
Now here we go. He's full of confidence now.
Defending champion takes the checkers for the second straight time. Pastrana, very popular in this building. It's underway. Good starts. McGrath, Carmichael. David Vuillemin, the points leader, taking the lead. Look at number 199, Travis Pastrana.
Realizes Carmichael is right there, and Ricky shoved McGrath so wide he allowed Vuillemin and Travis.
Takes the lead. The crowd going crazy.
Travis Vuillemin was all over that. He's got to be careful because Ricky has already shown him a wheel everywhere.
Go moving into second. Look at this loop section. Vuillemin is so good in the whoops.
Now Carmichael has caught Travis. The thing about Travis that I like, even though if he gets hot, the guy's able to respond to whatever the pace is and go even faster.
Oh, Ricky Carmichael to the inside.
Ricky getting
Really
all that
out of shape. And Pastrana takes the lead again.
before. He just hung on to that baby. That was the rut. He's been using the rut. Ricky rhythm, and Ricky once again closes in on him.
Oh, Ricky to the inside.
Looks right at the camera guy like, can you believe it? He's had so many of these. Adjusting the helmet.
Stay loose, Chad Watts.
Yeah.
White flag, final lap. Vuillemin to the inside. Oh.
Didn't you give this guy a lucky penny or something this morning?
Yeah, I found one. The checkers for David Vuillemin. His 7th career victory.
Win. He needed those points. Ricky just took away 10. He got 3 of them back. McGrath just blew it out front.
For Ricky, it was his 3rd win of the campaign. A great start by Ricky Carmichael. Carmichael got the Power Shot Hole Shot Award. Vuillemin bar to bar with Pastrana for second. The great Rick Johnson with his 61st AMA Supercross Motocross career win. Number 15 on the Yamaha 4-stroke, and 3 Hondas battling it out for second. 4 laps. And Ferry goes down. Carmichael inherits the lead. At the checkers, it was Carmichael with his 6th win of the season. The 4-stroke Honda has passed Ezra Lusk, with Ricky Carmichael right behind Lusk. Willing to give that up easily, that's for sure. To the points leader, Nathan Ramsey wants to give up that lead easily because he's given it a good fight.
Forrest Ramsey.
Oh, Ramsey had the loose rear end, and then Carmichael.
Okay. Oh, here he comes again. Hey.
Ramsey powers by hit you, but I should be out in front. Oh, they scrape a little bit there. So Ricky Carmichael's made up his mind. It's time to make a move, and here he goes. See, they look at each other. Nathan gives him a nod.
I said for Jeremy to give Vuillemin a couple of points, if in fact that's what he does. For Nathan to get out of the way and let Ricky.
Carmichael, the pyrotechnics go off, and he wins. He had the best race of his 250 career. After round 11 in Houston, Ricky Carmichael was in first place. From St. Louis, can Carmichael come back and keep his string alive? Carmichael with a great start. Number 4, he gets the Powerade hole shot with number 24.
Back there to kind of ride roadblock for his teammate Carmichael out front.
The checkers are flying. His 8th win of the season.
Just about every factory Honda rider. Oh, Ricky!
Poured it on. There's Chad Watts. Ricky Carmichael's mechanic. He's up and running once again.
Looped out double. The rear wheel doesn't touch the top. Loops him out.
Carmichael's worked his way up to about 8th spot, is riding a 1.5 seconds faster.
The battle for the points lead of the series. Vuillemin holding down second.
Here comes Carmichael making the pass on Vuillemin. So Ricky Carmichael now.
Look at that. Oh,
My time is running out for Carmichael. And look at that. Chance bar to bar. They look at each other. Carmichael. Nathan Ramsey. 50 winner since Ricky Carmichael back at Daytona 3 seasons ago.
I might not have been the fastest guy, but I was definitely the most consistent, and that's what worked out for me. There goes Ricky Carmichael.
Here's just what I was talking about.
Front of the pack, Ricky Carmichael has the lead, but it's David Vuillemin right behind him. And
He's starting to make mistakes.
Vuillemin to the outside. You saw the interval just a minute ago.
He didn't even try to get after Ricky right there. He just kind of laid up.
He's going to enjoy the checkered finish.
Oh, this is interesting now because Vuillemin said in the last race, hey, I didn't.
Opened up a big gap over. There's Fonseca and McGrath back there.
Oh, a stumble. Here comes Carmichael. Ricky Carmichael wins back-to-back championships. Is one happy rider, Jeff Stanton.
I just have to try to win as much as I can. And at the end of the day, I just want to know that I gave it 100% and whatever.
Supercross season will be underway. The Powerade. There's Carmichael in the lead with Lewis in second place. Lewis, number 23.
And most riders, kind of drops his elbows a little bit more than other riders.
Once again, helps put the winningest Supercross factory team Honda back on the winning tracks. Light up the joint here in Las Vegas, and Ricky Carmichael breaks the record.
There's Vuillemin, that's the whole podium right there. They got to be happy to wrap the season.
To win this last race going into Glen Helen, it was a hell of a season, I tell you. I kept my head down and worked as hard as I could, and man, these guys are riding really good this year. You know, that's the way it's going. It's good for the sport.
Tortelli set the pace. Right now, he is on a mission.
Ricky Carmichael's always done well here, David. He won the last 3 times. Whoa!
Thing's so wide open, and then LaRocco's right there as well.
Here goes Carmichael on the inside, down inside of Lusk, and he takes over second.
Psyche, you cannot believe what's happening.
And right there goes Carmichael, a little inside out, but Henry's going to challenge him on the inside, and he holds him off.
In there.
Which of these surprises you more, Henry up there or LaRocco?
It's a tie, really. I mean, I know they've both been getting ready for this race, so around these guys, and it's not easy.
Down the hill, this is a battle of courage right there. Well, you know what, Carmichael's going to win that battle every time. Maybe a young Doug Henry.
Yeah, that was a great day for Kevin, and he definitely earned those victories at Washougal last year over Ricky. It seemed like all that did was make Ricky even more mad, more prepared to keep on winning.
And there's the checkered flag for Ricky Carmichael.
Over stuff and just parked him, and that's the end of Roncada Series.
Well, no one's challenged Carmichael since. And once again, the checkered flag for Ricky Carmichael. And Ricky Carmichael has himself a record. The fastest start ever in 250 motocross, 10 straight moto wins. Now, coming back into the centerpiece of the track. Dow, Carmichael on the outside. Carmichael goes high. And there he goes, right around the outside. And Ricky Carmichael is out in front. David, not a big surprise.
Try and hang on to second. Get the lead. No way I'm keeping up with that guy. That's what he does to everyone.
Carmichael immediately on the attack, and right now you go
finding the edge of the racetrack right there. He's been putting on a good show over that jump for the fans. Just
around the corner, acknowledges the fans, and there it is, the checkered flag. There's Carmichael, and just like that, Carmichael on the inside, there's Ferry. Ferry will hold the lead on the number 15 Yamaha, and he edges out the Yamaha as they get ready to drop into gravity cavity.
He had to ride around that corner so much harder than Ferry on the outside with all that momentum just to out horsepower that bike. He was
The first moto here last year, David.
actually, Carmichael didn't win either moto last year. Tortelli won.
Right into the record books at probably the 20th point of entry, up over the hill. The checkered flag is out, and there it is, 15 moto wins in a row.
Outdoor season up to this point, at least the last couple of weeks, because he debuted his first 250 National at Redbud, got a second. And that's great for Nathan Ramsey and the Honda's 250 or 450F.
And looking at Ramsey's teammate, Ricky Carmichael, right there, going past the number 540 KTM of the Bentley.
Yeah, I still want to know where he came from. I've never even heard of Sean Hamlin until I started watching your guys' telecast, and he's done an incredible job for Suzuki. I mean, you cannot be more proud of him than Suzuki is right now.
Exactly where some of these other guys were, but we want to stay at the action right now as Ramsey's trying to find a way around Hamlin, and they're all trying to find a way around Lewis.
Accelerating points, and he needs to get him before Ricky gets, before Nathan,
Right
already
there.
passed Nathan.
Right there, Carmichael gets on the inside of his teammate. Inside out, this is the same place where he passed Barry. Coming down through the trees, Carmichael on the inside. You see him give a spin of the clutch. Lewis tries to retaliate. Carmichael makes the pass. Carmichael has done it again. 17 moto wins in a row. Coming the outside, you see a rider bounce out. It's Carmichael, Dowd, Larocco, and it looked like Sean Hamlin with a much better start. And trying to help AMA Motocross look as good as it possibly can. Now back up to the front of the pack, Ricky Carmichael out front. This would be his 22nd moto win in a row. And after that, it's just 2 motos. Carmichael, just brilliant all afternoon long. He has led every single lap. He takes a look over his shoulder. Again, I don't know what he's looking for because there's no one back there. There's the checkered flag, putting everyone once again out of their misery. Ricky Carmichael in his date with destiny. The car is sideways. They will come right at you and then sweep out to the left. This is the last start of the 2002 AMA Chevy Trucks 250 Nationals, and once again it's John Dowd. Oh, and just right then he made a mistake. Carmichael doesn't even give you time to comment, does he?
Whoa, and he goes wide. And it still pans out. He goes wide and triples down well. You know, they're going as fast as they can. Whoa.
Carmichael laying into that berm. You don't think he's still trying? Hits that berm wide open.
Our fault.
Carmichael one more time off the double. A nice sized whip just to salute the crowd, but you can hear him cheering from here. But he won't have to because there is the checkered flag. Ricky Carmichael has done it. 24 motos, 24 moto wins. Of course, next year you'll see Tortelli on a Suzuki. He is switching teams. There's the point standings. Carmichael 600 says it all.
I tell you, I never expected to do this year, and I just wanted to, with the way everyone was riding so good. Timmy was riding good all year, and Ezra stepped it up at the end there. And I tell you, I never expected to do what I did this year, and the Honda was awesome. Dunlop tires. I can't say enough for my mechanic Chad Watts, my trainer Eldon Baker, and I'm getting married in October, so this is one of the best years, definitely.
The plan for this 250 main, Ricky Carmichael, the defending overall champion, and the card has gone sideways, folks. Strap in and hold on. Having problems there, and Ricky Carmichael currently trying to make a move, and he is just not getting the job done, sitting back in 8th place.
There's plenty of time. Somewhere during the lap, I took my eyes off of it. Oh, it's a little bit of block passing done to him. Roncada.
Oh, and Carmichael's problems. Let's look at it one more time. Is that payback?
Now he got a little bit mixed up trying to get up there and stay. A couple laps ago, it was Vuillemin in dead last. So the 2 players, yeah, it was the back tire of Vuillemin. Yeah, so he may think, wait a minute.
Here we go, your winner, number 22 on board the Yamaha, Chad Reed. And I think the fans really appreciate the performance he turned in tonight. Ricky Carmichael, you can't say enough about this young man. 250 main is off, and here we go at Bank One Ballpark in Phoenix, Arizona, as we take a look who's going to pick up the SXGP.com hole shot. And Chad Reed. Chad Reed is your leader. Ezra Lusk right behind him. And in the 3rd place position is Ricky Carmichael. We keep our eyes on Ricky Carmichael sitting in 3rd, somewhere he does not like to be. And right behind him in fourth is Ernesto Fonseca.
This week compared to going into Anaheim, just a little bit more. You know, I remember what it felt like to win a race. My first win was at Anaheim. Reed's first real win here in the States coming at Anaheim, and showing the same confidence that I remember feeling. Still not enough to get him away from these guys, but who would have thought that Reed would be in control of the first two races at this point. Carmichael going down.
So Ricky Carmichael goes down. He will lose third and fourth, so he goes back all the way to sixth place.
Carmichael washing out. Lost the front end again. This is the corner before he lost it.
And we are racing. Ricky got the jump he needed. Back, Ricky Carmichael is your leader. Get right here and call it good.
Absolutely. I don't even want to wait for you to finish that sentence. Yeah, we know what they're about.
No question.
These guys got plenty of wins, plenty of experience at the front.
Welcome to the world of parity, because any weekend in this tour, it seems like, David, there's 5 or 6 riders who can take home.
Working with suspension and motor settings and tires and trying to do something to fix. Oh, Russ goes down.
Oh, Ezra goes down hard.
You know, just when you think he's got it together, something happens to him again.
The main event win goes to number 4, Ricky Carmichael. Sideways. David, we are set to go racing in San Francisco.
Lusk is already down off the course. Michael and Roncada getting together. It wasn't too far from here at an outdoor national of Sacramento, and it wasn't pretty. Able to jump that entire section right there. He's not doing it now. And his 1/8 he had on this straightaway, Roncada has it. He's just race as hard as he can right here.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
Ricky does it clean. Nothing Roncada could do about it.
The kid from the Sunshine State, Ricky Carmichael, picking up another victory here at Pacific Bell Park. Ricky Carmichael, your winner in the 250 main. Michael Byrne coming out of the right side very fast, so it's now it is Byrne, Lusk, and Carmichael.
So is LaRocco and Michael Byrne, both on Hondas that got the whole shots. Honda, a Kawasaki, a Suzuki, a Yamaha, and then another Honda. The Honda sandwich right now, the top 4.
Carmichael goes in, and he will slide in front of Chad Reed. Carmichael's turning the fastest lap at a 58.4, and we've got action now taking place. Carmichael just launches his way right in front of Ezra Lusk. So Carmichael in third and now looking for second.
Look at that. Just brushes off the face of that jump, just throws that Honda down to stay low. 4 or 5 feet lower than everybody else makes.
Look at that. Ricky goes in, sets up the block, pulls it off. Now ahead of them, yellow flags are out. We've got riders down. It'll be interesting to see how this affects them.
Wow, this is close.
Carmichael, no time to celebrate. Chad taking an inner side line, trying to close it down. Ricky, as you said, is just looked perfect as he comes up to the finish line. Ricky Carmichael, your winner.
He points back to Reed, a little fist pump. Reed rides right past him. Doesn't even look at him.
Here he comes again as he figured this rhythm section out. He has the Thunder from down under. Gets past the Cobra class. And look at that. Carmichael gets past Vuillemin in a very interesting position. I don't think David Vuillemin knew he was that close.
No, he didn't. Ricky was just a touch more aggressive. That's the only thing holding David back right now is these guys are just hanging it out another couple percent. And now
Carmichael goes down. Ricky Carmichael goes over the bars time. But Chad Reed deserves the win and gets it.
Ezra would probably much rather have Carmichael stuck at about 10th right now. He could relax just a bit more. Ricky is so good at getting up in there and challenging early in the race and putting the pressure on.
Three-way battle between these men. The factories are represented, Kawasaki, Honda, and Yamaha. And Chad Reed is just gassing it all the way. Leader here in Minneapolis, and here comes Chad Reed. Ricky has a bit of a mistake, and Reed closes him.
Oh, we're going to see some fireworks now. Chad Reed is not afraid of Ricky, going, here, take this. Ricky, check it out. The answer is yes. Bordering on doing some dirty stuff there, bordering, but I think Ricky would have done the same thing.
But psychologically,
look at this.
Unbelievable. Chad Reed getting a great run through there. Ezra Lusk, can he hold off Chad Reed? problems in the whoop section, and Chad Reed gets by him.
Beautiful. Oh, I don't believe what I saw. Chad Reed went through that whoop section, just stopped on a dime, just rode the nose into that rut and was able to hang on. Now Carmichael's got to be going, oh my goodness, what is going on?
Reed and Ezra Lusk had a great battle, and there it is. We talked about that in the LCQ, how slippery that corner is.
Pushing a little bit too hard.
Vuillemin, for my money, is the best of the whoops tonight. He has just looked flawless through there.
Yeah, the start didn't help. Look at Ricky, here he goes.
So Carmichael now getting the job done, and Ezra Lusk gets a good run. Lusk trying to come back and answer, will not be able to get it done here as Carmichael has the inside line. Well, the king of the jungle tonight in Minneapolis, Minnesota is Ricky Carmichael. Get your flash bulbs so hot.
Now look at this. You got Ricky in front, and you got two Hondas right behind him. How's that roadblock? If you know those guys, Ricky just made a mistake before the triple, but cleaned it back up and still able to jump it.
What can I do? What do I do to get around him?
Well, he's got to get closer and really apply that pressure, but I think, you know, what David is answering right now is...
For Ricky Carmichael. He's the winner in Indianapolis as the fireworks and the flash bulbs go off. The red coats are celebrating.
Gets the whole shot right up there with Sean Hamlin.
Come through that section that gives us a great shot at where they work these jumps. And Carmichael with a small mistake. That's going to cost him a little bit. International Speedway.
Now is when you think about records. Now is when you think about making mistakes. And the only guy that's really put it to you all year long, Chad Reed, was behind you, even though...
Now, the race is going to be 20 laps, 30 riders, and Reed is definitely gaining some ground on Ricky Carmichael.
Really not care about anybody but moving forward. Just like we talked about earlier with the practice laps, that's what Ricky Carmichael does. He just is a machine, runs lap after lap after lap. Pressure into a mistake. Ricky makes him on his own if he ever does. So Chad is really running strong, but he just understands that this is a minute-and-a-half lap time. He's lapped all the way up to the top 5, and it's done with passes like this. We're still very aggressive.
Man show here in front of a huge crowd at what he considers his home track.
This is what we've been waiting for, a nighttime Supercross. Reed and Carmichael starting 1 and 2. This is what we've been waiting for.
Ricky credit, he is the two-time defending champion, and for reasons like that, Carmichael just...
This is where Ricky's had problems all night through the whoops. Reed coming off on the inside, and Reed makes the pass. Holy smokes. And now Ricky goes by on the inside, passes Reed in the same spot that he passed him earlier, and that time Chad didn't really mess up, so Carmichael repays the favor, and now we're back to the whoops, completely pulled away from the rest of the field, and now comes Reed on the inside, swings to the outside, and you saw Ricky kind of stunt, or just fade just a little bit there, and there goes Reed again.
So we've had 4 passes so far, folks, and we are only halfway through this.
He doubled through, and that time he got back up on top of him.
Oh, Carmichael comes up way short on that jump.
Yeah, he just got cross-footed right there. You see him trying to save it. Stayed on the gas, but look at that. He had the fortitude.
In the 250 made from St. Louis, the Thunder from down under. Chad Reed on board the Yamaha.
Shuffled clear back. He was in about 6th or 7th, and here we are at lap 2, and he's right on his rear fender.
He's been faster all day through the whoop section. Chad Reed on a 3-race winning streak. Before that, it was Carmichael.
Now here's where Chad's got to be careful not to give Ricky anything extra. There he goes.
There it is. Chad Reed on the inside and takes over the lead. Now the position.
There he goes. Look at these guys trying to be careful, not ruin a good race. Ricky not Chad, and give Chad any reason to mess him up for the championship.
Oh my goodness. And here comes Carmichael right back.
Still get second the rest of the way, or even worse than that, and win the championship. Right now, he's just trying to figure out how he can beat Chad Reed.
And Chad Reed's getting a little impatient. Here it comes. The fans are on their feet. Chad Reed a little more power as he goes through there, a little cleaner. Ricky comes right back. Look at this. Ricky looking faster through the whoops. And give credit to the folks here at Texas Stadium. They are witnessing a great race, and they're rebuilding. Look at this. Ricky Carmichael pops in the front. Chad Reed tries to block past him and shuts it down.
Wow. Beautiful little last-minute correction by Chad.
They will for Ricky as well, but Ricky's having problems.
So did Chad.
So did Chad. Both of them having their problems. Chad gets a more beneficial slot as he moves back in. He made from Dallas, number 22, the Thunder from down under.
Chad Reed
goes to the inside line.
Back. It's on, folks. Chad Reed goes back by him. 3 passes already. Comes out right next to Reed.
right there. I got to let it get past. Look at that.
Barry gets right out of the way, but it doesn't work. Carmichael gets him.
Oh, Carmichael picks up 2 Yamaha for the price of 1. And Chad Reed on the outside. Tim Ferry on the inside. Ferry goes down. Carmichael against Reed. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and Carmichael goes down. Chad Reed clips his front tire right here, and it looks like he's going to do it. Wade corners it off on the apex, gets back. Ricky a little quicker through here. Chad Reed, the winner in Salt Lake City. Make it 5 in a row. Ricky comes across, takes a look at everyone.
Look at that, look at that. Look at this.
Yeah, we're going to have talk.
He's telling, oh, no. Look at that. Ricky's saying, hey, that's Tim Ferry's mechanic.
I don't appreciate, yeah.
Okay, and he's telling Timmy, I think what he was worried about was when he got sandwiched between Timmy and Chad, Ricky came off the triple and decided, you know what, I better jump to my left so I don't get cleaned out by Tim Ferry.
Frustrated. I think his crew is trying to get him out of there, just saying, Ricky, take a break. There's James Stewart Sr. telling him, Ricky, just keep it together.
Look at Ricky. He's ready to kill somebody. Blood on his chin. He's had a tough night. He got up in 5th place. He fought back, still got second, did what he had to do, but he is hot, and I don't blame him.
But the winner of the 2000 season will be number 4, RC Ricky Carmichael. He wins the title by 7 points, his 3rd title in a row.
To Chad Reed.
And that is a sight to behold. They all congratulate one another. Mike Gosler comes in there, Jeff Stanton. There is a lot of talent in there. Carmichael in 3rd or 4th, working his way up through the pack and picking people off. But now Carmichael has the lead on the first lap. Kevin Windham, number 14 in 2nd, is starting to threaten.
Little mistake there by Carmichael. Kevin's setting him up.
Windham on the right of your screen, and it's Windham taking the inside line. Ricky Carmichael loses it, and Carmichael comes right back but cannot close the door. We'll see the power they both got going up the hill, and it's back to Carmichael, number 4.
Wow, look at that. Carmichael just muscling his way back into the lead right there. It's on Chad.
Well, no question about it, as Ricky goes for a tear-off there. Number 4, your leader, Carmichael, having some psychological problems with Chad Reed during the Supercross season, just could not get his number. Now he's got to deal with Kevin Windham, and maybe that's the best thing for Carmichael.
The hill, and that 450 is so fast, you can't even open it all the way up or you'll wheelie.
During the Supercross season, I would have said something like this with Chad Reed behind Ricky is going to cause problems, but for Kevin Windham, it almost makes Ricky ride better.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's more worried about Kevin getting all this. Listen to the people. That's pretty. Sorry, Ricky, but it's a lot of that is for Kevin right now. He's like, hey, I'm going for the all-time winningest record. Everyone's cheering for the wrong guy.
Carmichael right now sitting at 89 victories, tied with the great Jeremy McGrath, looking for 90 today. And he's
what they say, anyways. There's the gap. Windham, the new leader. Ricky, the lap.
John Hyland, Kevin Windham's mechanic. And this certainly looks like a precursor to what we've been seeing the whole circuit long, all the way down to Delmont, Pennsylvania. Wyndham and Carmichael, 1 and 2, 2 and 1. They seem interchangeable right now.
During his comeback, which is great because that allows him to ride at his potential, and Kevin's potential is pretty impressive.
Well, that last graphic really tells the tale of the domination of Ricky Carmichael. His last overall loss came back in 2001 of July. That's almost 2 years ago, so the guy does not know that taste.
Amber, it's one of the sections that just takes sheer strength. There's nothing fun about that section. It's just pure technical. Look at that, the aggressiveness of Ricky. He wants to lead back right now. He's not satisfied to be patient.
Carmichael launches himself back into first place, and it is Carmichael, after a short fall, brief time in the dirt here at Mount Morris, back on top, and now it's Kevin Windham's turn to try to reel in Carmichael. Yes. Carmichael continues to move through traffic and pick up yet another victory, this time the first race at Mount Morris, Pennsylvania.
Double that big tunnel jump right in front of Chad and Vuillemin. Chad was doing it, but he decided to lay up on the start.
More agile, he is on the 2-stroke. Number 4, your leader, Carmichael, here in Moto number 2.
Now we heard Kevin talk about the second moto is the more important moto of the two.
Him ahead of Jeremy McGrath with overall victories, currently tied with 89 with the great Jeremy McGrath, and Kevin Windham trying to spoil the party on both fronts.
Whoa, Ricky jumping in there a little crooked. You can see how off camera that all is. Look at Kevin just running over Ricky's foot everywhere. If he was to get the overall, it'd be just about as amazing as Ricky getting his 90th.
Well, the folks at Honda have to be happy with this. Both of them out in front. Carmichael won, Windham number 2.
The ability of Kevin Windham and the intensity of Ricky Carmichael. These two have just, look at this. Nice move by Kevin.
Windham makes a big run on the outside, does not cover the inside, and Carmichael comes right back.
Kevin, I think, knew it.
He used so much throttle going into that turn.
Yeah, he knew Ricky was going to square back under him. That's why he was able to save it when they made contact. Ricky going for the double. Kevin lays it up. Every time Ricky gets away from him, Kevin reels him back in. So he's not riding tight this moto. If you're going to watch one, this is the one to watch.
Certainly worth the price of admission. Carmichael on the left. He will lose the lead. No, he won't. He squares it off. Kevin Windham put himself in a perfect position, and Windham comes right back. Look at this. Carmichael is in the lead. Windham is in second. David, have you seen racing this close for a long time?
Watching it.
Well, Kevin Windham talked to Cameron Steele after the first moto about riding tight. Certainly not doing that here. He is right on the back end of Ricky Carmichael, your leader, moto number 2.
Vuillemin wasn't going to fight with him. The Team Yamaha is looking great. I'll let Kevin go sometimes.
Pound for pound, the most tenacious, fastest rider on the planet, number 4, your winner, Ricky Carmichael.
Thanks. I can't believe it. You know, it hasn't sunken in yet. You know, it's something that I never intended on doing, and you know, I just going out there and racing and working hard, and all that stuff comes. Kevin's an excellent rider, and it was fun to race him. You know, kept it as clean as we could to get the job done, and you know, he's great. And to be honest with you, I wasn't even thinking about the record today. I was just racing Kevin and trying to get a win and trying to build some points. And
phenomenal.
See him coming around, takes a little glance back to see where RC is, and RC much closer than he was at any point in that first moto. Part of that is because on this side of the valley where the mechanics are, it's a little more technical, and I think Carmichael's going faster, but when you get on the far side, and Windham lets that big dog eat going up those hills, he goes around the outside.
Board said, and that can apply to 2 men. Right now, Ricky Carmichael looks to be in charge. As Davey pointed out, he looks very fast in that technical section, starting to close the gap in on Kevin Windham. And Ricky Carmichael is in the race of his life. Does the streak live on, or does it die here at Unadilla?
Lust, they just lapped him. These guys are in a war, and I tell you, whoa, you see a fan on the track. Holy smokes.
Get off the tracks like running of the bulls.
Yeah, but Carmichael has given Windham all he wants, but Windham is answering. I tell you, the old Kevin Windham, the one that quit a couple years ago, would not still be leading this race. Been phenomenal in this sport.
Well, the sting of defeat will last with Ricky Carmichael for a week, but what a breath of fresh air. Kevin Windham has done it. He has dethroned the king in Ricky Carmichael. The streak is over. Number 4 will have to settle for second place today.
Ricky doesn't want to stop. He just went by a checkered flag. Well done, Ricky.
It has, man. It's been great. You know, Kevin's the last guy to beat me on the 250s and outdoors at least, and he beat me today. You know, he was riding good, and there's nothing I could do. I mean, he got the whole shot, and I was second, and then Reed got by me, so I was third. But I was able to get by him, and just trying to chip away laps. And man, that guy was on a rail, and I was twisting that sucker as fast as I could go, and he was better.
You're ever the gracious champion. A great job today, Ricky. Second place, nothing to scoff at. Unbelievable job.
Let him know that, hey, last week, get used to it. Everyone's going to get beat from now on. I think he was irritated with those 4 moto losses, and he's coming right back and challenging Kevin. Here comes Carmichael to the inside. He takes over the lead. But look at this. Windham goes to the inside. A perfect line. Gets on the throttle. Here he comes out of it. Carmichael back in his position. But this is going to be a great race. Kevin Windham is not being dropped by Carmichael. Ricky protecting that inside. So hard to get stopped for that corner. And again, you see that Kevin just crossing over the line. Back loamy stuff. I think good for Kevin. Well, this is a fantastic spectators viewing venue here at Broome Tioga. As David pointed out, that long speed straightaway, big air. Carmichael and Windham both airing it out, and the 2 Hondas are having their own private battle. Kevin 4, Ricky protecting that inside still. Kevin's got to do something pretty amazing to put a pass on him here. This time Windham hard to the outside, crosses over Carmichael's line. Does he have the drive coming up the hill? Unbelievable. Hondas as they make their way down to the speed zone. They dropped out of sight there. It looked like Kevin was flying a little too far to the right. But you know what I like to see here is that Ricky went out and just decided, okay, I'm going to get this lead. Looked like anyway, he's going to get the lead and just try to pull away and break the spirit of Kevin. But They've dropped third place. The crowd is into it. Kevin is putting the pressure right back on Ricky. So you don't usually see him get caught like that, a little bit off guard, but maybe he's being pushed a little bit outside of his comfort zone right now. I don't know if he'll be able to respond to this. I mean, I know he can continue to go this pace, but I think he went out as fast as he could go. I don't think he's got much more than that. If Kevin realizes that should do a lot for his confidence.
I think this is working on the psyche of Ricky Carmichael, who usually is able to check out and drop guys. He's unable to shake Kevin Windham. It's making life miserable in Binghamton for Ricky Carmichael right now, and usually it's the other way around. Look at Windham. There he goes. He gets the pass done.
Still goes.
Oh, Carmichael goes down.
Millville was a different deal. That's like the Daytona, you know, for Ricky Carmichael for the outdoors. But here, he's got a real challenge on his hands with Kevin Windham. He can still pick up the overall.
Predicted he comes out swinging, but he's got Kevin Windham right behind him. So it's Carmichael and Windham as they go into the first turn.
It doesn't matter. The crowd, they don't really have to hope for a battle between the two best guys. They get that right off the bat. It seems like at every national so far this year.
It's Carmichael in first, Windham in second, Chad Reed on the Yamaha in third, and this time Carmichael trying to check out 14. Windham trying a new line this time, David, going to the outside.
Well, this is the section where Ricky was always losing time, and he doesn't get a good approach. Ruins his momentum around the corner, so once again, Kevin applying the pressure at the top of the racetrack.
Windham on the outside, number 14, Carmichael, number 4, picking his way through those ruts, and this time it looks like Windham's got the line, but Carmichael once again dancing to the inside, and Windham using the power. Look at the drive up the hill.
With him, if he can stay on two wheels, he can certainly beat him.
Wyndham on board the big four-stroke, using the power coming out of those turns and just driving up and down the hill. Carmichael on the two-stroke, a little more nimble, trying to dive in and out from Wyndham, and this is something that Ricky does not want to see, and that's letting the big four-stroke of Kevin Wyndham pull him out of these big, sharp ruts.
90 or however fast they can, maybe toss some gravel in with that, some dirt, and then try to concentrate. And that's what these guys are dealing with. It's the one thing as a viewer you can't really feel is that roof. And you see these guys, they cross over it as much as they possibly can so they don't get hit by it. Right here. So like Ricky said after the first moto, you know, he tried to put that smile on, but I could see right through that. He's not happy. And he does not want to go down again in this moto and ruin his chances of staying with Kevin. He knows everybody is on the four-strokes now, except Ricky. Look at that. Oh.
Beautiful pass by Carmichael. Dices inside, forces Wyndham to tap the brake just a little bit. And your leader, number 4, Ricky Carmichael. David, he hasn't been there the whole time. He lost moto number 1 in a battle with Wyndham right there as he comes into the picture, number 14 on board the Honda. And just recently, Ricky Carmichael starting to check.
That he and James Stewart in the 125 class are so skilled at. Wyndham is awesome, but he doesn't have that little bit of edge. Intimidating at first when you have those guys pass you and check out the way they do.
We've got a battle for first, something we haven't been able to say in a long time. Ricky Carmichael, number 4, now being closed in on number 14. Kevin Wyndham really put the pressure on Carmichael.
Yeah, the start killed him. I knew he would be fast here on this racetrack. The last time he raced here, he won both motos. Look at this, look to the inside.
Unbelievable racing. The folks here getting the best. Look at the inside pass by Carmichael. Squares it off and dives back on the inside. Wyndham has something for him to answer with.
And this is what everyone wanted to see. It didn't look like it was going to happen in the beginning. Ricky was checking out, but Kevin is very comfortable on this type of racetrack.
So it's Carmichael and Wyndham going head-to-head as we come down to the final laps here at Steel Cities, and Carmichael not sure where Wyndham came from. It was out of the blue. He passed Timmy Ferry and then just showed up on Carmichael's board, said game time, and that is directed towards Wyndham as he comes in hot on Carmichael. Your leader, number 4, number 14, Wyndham in pursuit. This is a great battle. Two of the best in the business going head-to-head, David, as they come down. One more time, Wyndham tries that inside line.
Wow, I thought he was going to get it done. It worked so good on Tim Ferry, not on Carmichael. That's the difference, folks. Ricky will not let you have it. Outdoor season, it looks like he's still trying to work things out to ride Supercross and National.
Kevin Wyndham, we cannot discount the job that he has done. He was absolutely fabulous, but the day belongs to Carmichael, at least in moto number 1. On the ground and out of the pack comes number 14, the big four-stroke doing its job. Kevin Wyndham is your leader. Right behind him, number 4, is Ricky Carmichael, settling to second place. Carmichael starting to reel in Kevin Wyndham as they come through this very tricky section. The two Hondas, one a four-stroke, one a two-stroke, And right now, Ricky Carmichael looks like he is really Windham right.
It's flawless. This is one of those Kevin Windham flawless days, and Ricky has reeled him back. Kevin, he's been unable to ride the way he was riding when he had that big lead. I talked about Ricky. All he's going to do is get pretty close, and the rest of it take care of itself. That's happened now.
Ricky Carmichael picking his way through the ruts, and look at that move. Just a little bit more on the power band, and he just pops right into first place. So
my hat's off to him, but in order to really beat Ricky enough and beat, be the champion and beat Stewart, he's going to have to win battles like this. He had this race. It looked like it was over, and Ricky just decided he wanted it. And Ricky's want is a little bit better than everybody else's want.
It can be done, but Ricky Carmichael has done it, and done it with a lot of class, and like you say, a lot of style. The 2003 250 motocross champion, Ricky Carmichael.
What a feeling. I've won a few of these things, and it doesn't get any better. That's
them all. Ricky, congratulations on defending your title. May not have been a perfect season, but with one to go, you got her sewed up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks, Luke. We're going to miss you next year, but I'm sure you'll be having a lot funner time, starting your new career, and thanks for everything. Thank you to the AMA and all my fans. Thank you. Thank you to everybody.
Well, I want to congratulate Ricky, man. What a job. So many championships, and he's still going,
Dit is de snelste man in de oefensessies innerlijk. En een motocross der naties, dat is supporteren voor het land en niet zozeer voor één rijder. Te veel krachten te verbruiken. Niet dat die motocrossers niet getraind zijn om 2 reeksen op 1 dag te rijden. Maar goed, in het wereldkampioenschap is dat stel. Steve Ramon zit uiteraard goed. Op de 3e plaats.
Ik denk dat hij een beetje zenuwachtig van de start gekomen is.
Ja, een beetje vreemd, want hij zit toch altijd niet aan de finish voorbij, zien we.
Het is wel zo dat Carmichael nu wel de lijn aan het bestuderen is van Stefan. Dat is nu wel een nadeel voor Stefan.
Ja, hij kan hem uiteraard ook gewoon voorbij laten als het nodig is, want het gaat naar omplaatsing voor de finale. Smets is intussen als 17e voorbij gereden. Ryan Hughes was wel vicekampioen in de 125 cc in het Amerikaanse kampioenschap. Maar niet de man die eigenlijk geselecteerd zou zijn door de coach van de Amerikanen. En dat is Roger de Koster, al sinds 1981.
Dit gaat om prestige, hè. Om de 2 rijders. Ze weten dat ze wiel in wiel hangen. En, zoals gisteren, ik heb het interview gezien op de VRT van Carmichael. Toen zei dit is de race of the century, van de eeuw. En je ziet het ook aan de 2.
Nu al. En het zijn nog altijd maar halve finales. Dus straks helemaal opengezet worden. En zoals Marnik aangaf, hij zit in het spoor van Stefan. En hij kijkt hoe de 7voudige wereldkampioen te werk gaat.
Daar is Carmichael toch wel iets sneller in die sectie. Ik heb het in de vorige ronde ook al gezien. Daar moest Stefan in de volgende ronde toch wel een beetje op. Wel, je moet het bekijken, je moet het zo bekijken. Er was gewoon niets. En je hebt niet echt heel grote hellingen zoals in Frankrijk. Je kunt er eigenlijk niet meer van maken. En wat dat ze gedaan hebben...
Carmichael gaat voorbij Everts. Everts neemt terug. Ja, nu al op het scherp van de sneeuw. Mooi, 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 mooi.
Ik hoop dat zo de hele even.
Weet ook dat hij niet te veel risico mag nemen, want Smets is achteruitgesteld, 16e. De Belgen zullen zich wel plaatsen bij de beste 6 uiteraard. Dat zal niet echt een groot probleem zijn, maar toch.
Ja, ik hoop dat Stefan, dus ik hoop dat ze dat aangeven.
Misschien dat we dat straks eens te zien krijgen op een van de bordjes als ze aan de paddock voorbij rijden. MXGP is ook 4e geworden in de eindstand van het wereldkampioenschap. Die zit nu op positie 5. Tim Ferry is 7. En waar is Smets? Ja, die komt voorlopig niet veel dichterbij. Vorige ronde als 16e gepasseerd. Posities van Carmichael en Hughes optelt. 1 plus 4 is 5. Everts en Ramon 2 plus 3 is ook 5. Maar dan telt het beste resultaat is dan van doorslaggevende aard. En vermits Carmichael eerste rijdt, zitten de Amerikanen voorlopig op die eerste plaats. Maar nog eens zeggen, het is nog altijd maar halve finale. Misschien even terug over het parcours, Marnik, want daar zaten we daar net toen Carmichael Everts passeerde. Dus geen natuurlijke bergen, zeg maar. Daar zat nog een gedubbelde rijder uit Noorwegen. Nog eens kunnen gaan aan die snelheid. En Everts is opnieuw voorbij Carmichael. Zouden ze een beetje aan het spelen zijn, Marnik, van we gaan het publiek wat gunnen. En straks gaan we echt uitmaken wie de beste is.
Misschien wel, maar ik denk dat ook met die gedubbelde rijders dat de Carmichael dan een beetje het nadeel was. En Stefan, als Stefan nu kan wegrijden bijvoorbeeld, zou dat wel heel goed zijn.
Ja, dat lukt niet, want daar kwam Carmichael in zijn agressieve stijl via de binnenbocht terug aan de leiding.
Ja, dat is een sectie die iets sneller is. Hè. Dat had je straks al gezien. En
waarmee heeft dat te maken?
ja, ik had te straks al gezien dat hij de bocht ervoor goed afsneed naar binnen. En tegen hem gaan zeggen.
Intussen heeft Everts de koppositie opnieuw overgenomen. Kijken eens naar Smets, die is 15e. Ja, die hoeft zich eigenlijk niet echt te forceren. Als het toch niet lukt, dan even wachten.
Een zware mentale klap gekregen heeft als je kopstart pakt. Dus dat was heel goed. Dan was hij een beetje nerveus aan het worden. En dan te val gekomen. Langs de andere kant kan hij daaruit leren. En in het finale heeft hij een herkansing eigenlijk. En kan hij terug goed uitpakken. En terug gepasseerd worden.
Zo is de huidige stand. Als het zou gaan om de wereldtitel. België 4 punten. De Verenigde Staten 8 en Groot-Brittannië 15. Dat zijn de eerste 3 en de eerste 6. Aardige strijd tussen Denemarken, Nederland en Portugal.
Ze zijn aan het spelen.
Zij aan zij. Het lijkt alsof ze op beurt op de rem duwen om de leiding af te geven.
Ja, dat is goed voor het publiek. Hè.
Dat het nu nergens om gaat. Maar ja goed, de Amerikanen en de Belgen weten zich zo zeker van een finale plaats.
Nee, maar langs de andere kant zijn ze wel mentaal aan het bevechten eigenlijk. Nu kunnen we het doen.
Bijna bij elke bocht kijken de twee rijders naar elkaar van hoe snij jij die bocht aan? Ah, ik kijk, jij doet het zo, dus ga ik straks het anders proberen als ik jou wil passeren. Zijn er genoeg mogelijkheden om te passeren? Ja, als je deze twee ziet, wel, maar laten we daar niet te veel conclusies uit in het wereldkampioenschap. Maar waar jullie als rijders zeggen, het is zo moeilijk om te passeren. Is dat hier anders?
Hier zijn er veel mogelijkheden om te passeren. Dat is wel een voordeel hier. Dus daarom dat je zo'n wedstrijden ook kunt bekijken. Ik heb de laatste Grand Prix in Ernée bijvoorbeeld in Frankrijk. Dat kon je bijna niet passeren. En dan wordt het ook maar een saaie bedoeling.
Uitkijken volgend seizoen in het hervormde wereldkampioenschap alweer. Dus dat zit goed. Gewoon mooi uitrijden. Voor Ramon op die derde plaats. En als Everts straks de beste startpositie wil, dan zou hij toch over Carmichael moeten gaan. Want voorlopig de Amerikanen nog altijd Carmichael op weg naar de finish. Hier gaat hij voorbij. Even nog de motor bijna ondersteboven draaien en zeggen wie mij straks klopt, die wordt.
I won all the races, so to me, I feel that I was the best. But as a team, maybe not.
Thank you.
But the Cobra, David Vuillemin right there in the house.
really miss, I really realized what I love to do when I was sitting at home on the couch watching all these guys racing. I love being out here. I love the fans.
Just sold it.
I was riding, first lap and a half, and then I laid it down. Chad was behind me, and I just went in the turn, and my back end popped out of the rut.
And the Hannah School of Comeback, Carmichael goes to the inside and gets right past Chad Reed. It was.
Right now, if you're Sean Hamlin, you want to get lapped, don't you?
I don't want to do another lap.
My trainer, Eldon Baker, had me in tip-top shape today, and the starts are awesome.
Oh no, not the high five on the last lap.
Next weekend, if I could pull it off, I really like Buds, so 100 wins would be unbelievable.
One rider goes down 2, 3, 4, and we got a pile up.
That's the first time I've stalled it in a race situation. Just made a little bit of an error. It was good though.
Ricky Carmichael picks up the magical 100.
I can't believe it. It's really a milestone, and to win 100 races, man, it makes me feel old. But like you said, I'm only 24, and to be out there with guys like Jeremy, and it feels unbelievable. I am so happy. I know it's going to sink in tomorrow, and the day went so awesome.
Oh, nobody can.
I got to get ready for Bubba next year,
See if he can throw it down. Oh!
If we're all on the same stuff, I feel that just proves who's the best.
That's what Ricky's doing. He's kicking our butts.
Dude, I almost crashed so hard in the back section. My foot came off, I was sideways, and I tried to take a different line because there's a lapper in the way and just caught my leg.
The bar now is right hand, passing way to the crash.
It's going good. I think I answered everybody's questions about Kevin here, so got one more, and that's Washougal. They say that's his track. Jumping all the way over, and when I landed, I kind of landed in between some ruts. My feet came up, total squirrel move. I was holding on, I was all over it.
Here he is, Ricky Carmichael takes 2 wins here. He's a perfect 14 in 14 motos.
I drove it in on the inside, and then we bumped. I was like, whoa, he looked back at me. I'm like, oh man, I ticked him off.
It's Chad Reed that'll lead them into the first corner. This is what we've been waiting for all year long. Chad Reed takes it and give it.
Oh, did you see that? Carmichael just bouncing so far into the whoop.
Once again, it is Chad Reed with his cousin. What is up with the Australian connection?
Good thing going. We're gonna, the main thing is the championship. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself with the perfect season. I just want to get that #1 plate. can't believe it. It hasn't sunken in yet, and I didn't think I'd be here when I was at Hangtown, you know. Man, it's just been an awesome ride, and like I said, it hasn't sunken in. I still got another moto to go, but I'm really happy. I want to give this to my man right here, my dog. Yeah!
Look at that. He charged literally to the last corner.
You know, my deal, it's a bittersweet deal, but, you know, and I'm definitely, they got a great bike, and I just wish they could have done it, but people change, things change, and, you know, time changes. The moto was awesome. I got a pretty good start and was able to get Chad pretty quick and pulled away. I felt really good. It's really hot today, and we're looking forward to the next moto. One more. Get it on now.
Carmichael keeps the rubber side down, moves ahead of Kyle Lewis.
Can't believe it, you know, especially sitting at home watching Chad dominate the Supercross, and I knew I was a strong candidate for the title, and I'm so happy. I was almost in tears the last lap, and I had a lump in my throat for sure. It's amazing.